friends. So something that I don't often talk about in public is that I am deeply entrenched in, obsessed with, and unsettled by beauty culture. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and I very narrowly missed the path where I would come to you today as a skinfluencer. I was briefly a skincare reviewer for Jane Pratt's beauty blog in the early 2010s, but even though I walked away from professional product pushing, I'm still an absolute sicko. Hey guys, look, a woman on the internet behaves in a way that's inconsistent with her politics. So I saw the Barbie movie again last night. I found it delightful. It's a funny, clever, sugary little mass market primer on feminism. But as long as I'm sat here exposing my shames, I did walk out of it wanting to make myself more beautiful. I mean, Nobel Prize winning author Barbie? Theoretically, yes, I want her job, but really what I want is her symmetrical face and her mountains and mountains of hair.
You're the voice of a generation. I know.
But it's hard to have a productive conversation about beauty culture because it always seems to break down into one of two extremes. First becomes like a race to the bottom where people are like falling all over themselves to prove how above it they are. People will be like, well, I never saw the point in wearing makeup because I read books. Like, okay. It's the same thing that happens in the comments of any article about weddings where everyone brags about how little they paid and how little they care and that they fished their wedding dress out of a dumpster or something. I mean, congratulations if you've never cared about this thing that I'm trying to divest myself from, but that doesn't really help me with my problem. The other extreme that happens is the whole like let people enjoy things side, which says that if it makes people happy to wear makeup or to diet or undergo plastic surgery or whatever the beauty culture thing is, let her do it if it makes her feel confident. God forbid a woman do anything. Shouldn't feminism be about choice? I participate in beauty culture because I want to. I do it for myself. But there's a middle ground that I live in that I think a critical mass of women live in where my skincare routine is the closest thing that I have to prayer. It thrills me to tap a little glitter on my eyelids. The kindest I treat myself in life is when I stand in front of the mirror every night and I pat several thin layers of moistening agents into my skin. I love this stuff. And I also know that billions have been spent to make me love this stuff, to spend all my time and money worshiping tubes of goo instead of getting into something more dangerous. I'm not convinced that the fact that this all makes me feel good personally means that it's actually good for me. Probably doing all this beauty work protects me from the pain of being cast off as irrelevant as I get older. Underlying, it's a mode of self-expression and I do it for me is that I like the way that people treat me when I look pretty. I don't like that I've been taught that my worth lies in the youthfulness of my appearance, but I like feeling worthy.
I like being a helpful decoration.
And by choosing that individual good feeling, I help to raise the floor on what women collectively are expected to do to be lovable or employable or respectable. That I'm helping shift these things from optional practices to professional requirements. Here, let me tap the sign again. Not every choice a feminist makes is a feminist choice. I know that my desires are harmful, but it's not really stopping me from wanting to order skincare products and the Euphoria makeup artist line of stick-on face gems. I want less, and I want more, and I want beauty and money and power. And I want liberation from all those things. It's like all those contradictions they were listing out at the climax of the movie to deprogram all the Barbies from patriarchy. They sit there with author Barbie, showing her the complexity of being human to teach her, with her incredible smooth skin, that a woman is an end in herself.
Wait. I did write a book.
And I wondered if that's why all the conversations I dive into online get pulled into one extreme or another. If you want a definitive answer for your moral quandary, reject beauty culture entirely, or empower yourself and get the lip filler are both definitive answers. But by sitting in between them, all that scene and all this video can do are make a list of contradictions without giving you anything to do with them. Well, I guess that's unfair. The Barbie movie's feminist monologue, while basic, was clearly inspiring enough to spike Google searches for the word patriarchy 500% since the movie hit theaters. But can I tell you what I Googled when I got home? It was 2B2C clip-in hair extensions. In comments, can you tell me where you fall right now in your participation in beauty culture? I am desperate to hear from people who like this stuff, who are interested in beauty and fashion, and also know that it is hurting them and the women around them. What is your relationship to beauty culture, and what would you like to change? If you'd like to help me make more of these videos, you can join the Radish Collective on Patreon, and I will see you soon. Bye.